Yeah, so my power went out. That's unfortunate. But we're back. So
She's in
continue
danger.
where we
She'll be
left
killed
off.
at an altar if we don't find her soon. Killed? How can you be so sure?
Shulk and I share the same gift.
Another seer? Which would mean that you can see the future? That's why we have to find her. Now.
Your Highness, as agreed, you will face the ritual alone.
I thank you for escorting me.
We wish you a safe return. As history has proven, all those who stake claim to the throne without merit will spend eternity as fallen spirits.
I must prove my worth as the next ruler, and I am no less prepared to sacrifice my life than those that have fallen before me.
Most wise, Your Highness. Watch your back, Your Highness.
Unacceptable. Those who enter the tomb must do so alone. Her life, or death, is in the hands of fate. Those not worthy of the throne are exactly that.
You can't seriously think that. This is your sister. This is Melia.
Easy, Ryan.
But Dunban.
This ritual holds a special significance. It is wrong for us to interfere.
I don't like it.
But am I right in saying that the rules of this ritual affect only High Entia? And if some strange Homs happen to get involved, it wouldn't cause a problem? Or is there some rule that prohibits Homs from entering the tomb?
No, I suppose not.
Then look at it this way.
There isn't.
I don't need to know how big a deal this ritual is to your people. What I do know is that your sister's life is at stake. Cut us a break, and we'll save her.
Who are you?
My name is Dunban. I'm sort of the protector of this Mekon-bashing band of Homs.
Dunban.
Secret
I
protect.
know you. At the Battle of Sword Valley, you held back an entire wave of Mekon with the Monado.
You know a lot about a battle you never showed up to.
My apologies. We do not concern ourselves with the wars of others, be it against the Mekon or otherwise.
I was only joking. You had your reasons. I can see that with all these defense systems, you don't really need to fight.
Then it is decided. You can reach the tomb by transporter from the center gate. Her Highness has already entered. Shulk, you should hurry.
Cool guest. Is there a shop in this city, or am I just dumb? Or is there just nothing? Because, like, well, am I dumb and there's a shop in the city, or is it? It seems like. Oh my god, all the exclamation points are here again. We're pretty close to each other though. This isn't so bad. Not nearly as bad as the Paris down there.
Yes?
Any chance that this is like to a shop? Don't need to go any further. We should go back. My freedom. The Ascension Hall. We don't need to go any further. We should go back. Thought that was gonna be the case too. Alright, I don't especially need a shop. I don't need to sell things and make money or anything like that. I just was wondering if there was equipment that I could buy. I think we're pretty good on equipment. I think we've been doing pretty solid. Do you think that's so trendy? Oh, here's your beards. Glad I accidentally found those for you, so you can pay me a bunch of money. Holy crap. A lot of money.
How's things?
What instrument he's gonna make out of those beards? Okay, and okay, you just got a million things for me to do.
How's things?
How's things? Oh my god. This kid has a quest and he's running so fast. Killer bug. Glowing insect. A gold caterpillar. Say 9? I ain't doing that shit. I go find you 9 fucking caterpillars. Go find them yourself. Ugh. Some of the side quests in this game just kind of remind me of Near Replicant. It's like that level of mundane for the side quests, except like the people giving you the side quests aren't laughing at you as you do these really mundane things for them, like you don't have anything better to be doing. This terrace here. After this, I'll probably go back and buy back to his 3 gold burdocks. Go back to real quick. It'll be like 2 seconds to Riki's tree. Tree home city thing, and go to that merchant and buy the upgrades to Riki's abilities so that he can actually keep growing, since I'm being forced to use him quite a lot.
Me.
No, I'm being forced to use someone besides who I want to, but I've decided that person's gonna be Riki.
What is it? What is it? What is it?
Just load of these. Right. Frontier Village. Neat. Oh, that's the shop logo. Hmm. Ah, yeah, I just always forget the shop or merchant logo or symbol on the map, so I just always end up walking right by them. Here they are. Just chilling.
Are you that?
Summon copy and summon flare sound. Cool. Actually, I think that's just the fire one. I won't copy it. Melia stuff, though. Hover shoes. Swimming bottoms. Sky bottoms. Bradley Stone Band. What a weight. I don't know how I feel about that. Swimming top. Sky top. A lot of ether resistance really makes me wonder. King Nibbler. That's a no, and that's a no. So we got hats and boots for Tolkien and Ricky. Pants, hats and pants. Just go out here for starters, I guess. Where I'm going. Swimming? At the play? Tempted to see can't grab these quests real quick, honestly. What do they want me to do here? They want me to just go start swimming? Is that what they're expecting me to do? I feel like that's a big not the way to do it. Not optimal path. Oh, that's tough. I see. I was about to say. Go all the way there. Alright, we got the landmark. Let me go over here and explore some exclamation points real quick. Teleporter. Uh-huh.
The enemy's weak, but don't drop your guard. I don't have time for small fry.
Ricky can win by himself.
Split edge! Steel strike! You never stood a chance.
Victory to Ricky!
Let's press on.
Ricky getting slammed!
Electric Buster! Okay, just one more left.
Seriously?
I see it.
I get it. Gonna kill me. It's 10 it's fucking 70 levels higher than me.
Yeah, I'm back. Go for it. Yeah, all together now.
Please.
We need full power, Ricky! I'm really feeling it. Don't get careless, Shulk. Dream power returning. We got through that pretty good.
Ricky like fighting easy monsters.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
The enemy's weak, but don't drop your guard.
Ricky can win by himself.
I'm not too partial to these.
Ricky steady chain attack.
I was born ready.
Backslash!
Lightning
Slash!
Stay focused.
You never stood a chance.
Everyone do good.
But we mustn't be careless.
What am I supposed to do with the armor once I get it? Assume someone gave me this quest from the city, right? There it is. Okay. Turn this in real quick.
I can feel the power!
This is the tomb. Defensive measures prevent intruders from entering. You will have to circumvent these to move within the tomb.
One thing before we enter. Alvis, you can see the future like me.
I am from a long line of seers dedicated to serving the Imperial family. My visions help to protect the Empire.
But you're a Homs.
Yes. But that is for another time. My ancestry is not easily explained, and my ability to see the future is equally complicated. You might say, I have my own ritual. Is it not the same for you?
No. My visions appear suddenly,
No,
without
I'm
warning.
an anime
At
protagonist.
first,
Everything just
obscure.
kind of happens.
Then, as it gets closer to the event, I start to understand.
It seems you possess a power greater than I. I still have not seen any danger befall Her Highness.
Not much use as a seer then, are you?
Nothing passes you by, does it? Now you see why I asked for your help. What a lucky coincidence that I happened to see you in danger.
A coincidence?
But I've seen you use the Monado.
The Monado has been passed down the Imperial line for generations. The sword of the Bionis. It is compelled to do its master's bidding. Magnified greatly, it has the power to control the very fabric of our world. Ether. Control the ether, and your will is made reality. I willed it, and it happened. That is all. Perhaps due to that power, the High Entia sealed away the Monado for centuries. Eventually, it found its way into the hands of the Homs, and then you, Shulk. A coincidence, or something more? You must discover this yourself, for you are the one who wields the Monado. The Bionis is stirring.
The ancestral altar lies deep beneath the seals. What trials await me, I wonder? I must not lose focus.
Oh, that's cool. Anything with her equipment, maybe? What about the same mod? Is any good?
Cycles since last visitor. State your name and purpose.
Melia Antiqua. I have come to be judged on my legitimacy to the throne by the
Permission granted. Commencing analysis of genetic data.
It's so cold.
There are remnants of ancient spirits in here. This is no ordinary chill.
As I explained before, Dunban,
I mean, the entire
defense
party is half
systems
naked,
are designed
so
to prevent uninvited.
Well, what
maybe
does
it
this
is
do?
just
Don't
cold.
touch.
Freaking rye. Damn it, Ryan. Boy. I learned how to play this character. Ellie is alone in the tomb. It might be best for her to fire elementals after summoning them to deal damage rather than using them to grant herself buffs. However, when taking on multiple enemies at once, try inflicting sleep on them. Increases ether. Get honesty. Yeah. Okay, she actually does still have her sleep. Thought I would have taken that off by now. What level is she? Okay, she has been getting everyone's XP. Release latent power, reducing the defense of enemies in range. Summon copy is probably best. Probably something I need for this. cooldown on that goes way down if I up it. Yeah, it gets down a decent level. Probably spent too much on it, but hey, we're good. Healing gifted. It's lame. One of you does the most damage. Bolt's gonna do us the most work right now. And I think copy over burst end. Shadow. Macro passion of the Collectopedia. Here, look. A few things.
Now you shall witness our power. Summon flare. Water, the source of all life. Now, healing aqua. Flare impulse. Take me lightly at your peril. Roaring thunder. Vengeful bolt. I feel the ether building within me. Take me lightly at your peril.
Okay, I think I get how you use her now. I think the middle button uses the discharge effect on whatever the last element you summoned is. Or was. It gets rid of the elements. So I think if you... Like in my case with the summon copy ability, I want to summon lightning last in my preparation. And then spam discharges. And then summon copy and then discharge. I think that's the play. This one, do this one, do this one.
Roaring thunder! The darkness of sleep embraces you.
Sleep, and then discharge.
Summon copy! Manifest yourself. Almost there. Manifest yourself. Summon bolt! Manifest yourself. The ether is flowing through me.
And then we wait a second.
Summon flare! Burst end! Summon bolt! Vengeful bolt! Let us move it flare impulse! Take me lightly at your peril.
Skybottom is probably a huge upgrade for her, actually. No. Huge is an overstatement, but is enough. Oh yeah, I forgot I have gems that are better now. That I should probably be looking into for her. That's good. I don't know if I could, if I would want to play the whole game like this, but this is definitely a playable character compared to some of them. It's kind of fun in her own way, but there's a lot of preparation that goes into more that I think you should do before each fight.
My descendant.
Descendant? Are you the progenitor of Antiqua?
Think of me as a recreation of said ancestor, possessing his thoughts and speech.
But he passed away thousands of years ago.
Do not mistake me for a living being. I am a replica of your ancestor. I am merely a projection of what he would be if you were to meet him now.
I do not understand. But I do not suspect any falsehood in your words.
It is beyond doubt. If I could feel, I would feel joy. I am not real, but I do not lie.
Joy? What do you mean?
The results of the gene analysis show Hom's gene integration of 80%. Estimates suggest evolution within 8 generations. Our wishes are almost fulfilled.
Wishes?
Our purpose, as decreed by the Bionis, is linked to our genetic sequence. We have spent millennia analyzing sequences to free ourselves from the curse. Only a certain gene set will unlock the mechanism and set us free.
I still do not understand.
It is of no consequence. I grant you this seal.
Is this?
It is you who will rule the Hyentia, and likely be their last.
Revered ancestor,
Go forth and rule, my descendant.
Okay.
So the spirits look favorably upon you.
Explain yourself. Only Imperials are permitted to enter this place.
I am the subject of Her Highness the First Consort. I need no permission.
Mother's subject?
No impure child of the second consort has the right to refer to the first consort as mother. A filthy Hom's half-breed has no right to the throne.
Oh no, she's not gonna let me prepare. Oh.
Who puts a great big hole somewhere like that?
Ryan.
As I explained, it's a defense mechanism.
It's a defense.
What a mess, Ryan.
Friend not clever touching button.
I'm with these guys, Ryan.
How was I supposed to know that was gonna happen? What about your visions, eh? You think the two of you could come up with something?
You know it doesn't work like that.
It would have been useful, yes.
Pair of fortune-telling frauds.
You got us into this mess. And it's not the first time either.
Fucking Ryan,
Ricky,
man.
agree with Shulk.
Why is it my fault all of a sudden?
It wasn't all of a
This
sudden.
time it is your fault.
Precisely.
Well...
Be thankful that we are all alive. I suggest greater care next time. Our journey will be longer, but we can still make our way deeper into the tomb.
Okay. We can't waste another second. Melia needs us.
Good. Sweet. Doing that thing again. I think it is drifting. It's a tasty sausage. Oh no, you know what it is. I think it's when I got my controller under my blanket sometimes.
But we mustn't be careless.
I already have that. That's bad. Of course. Let me see. How the. Those are pretty well charged. It might just be because it's under my blanket. Blocking the signal a little bit. I remember this happening before. Now that I think about it more. Ether up. That's pretty sweet. Definitely like more of that. And Ether defense. Also pretty good.
This is the Monado's power! Thank you, Dumbo. Behold the power of the Monado! I'm feeling it! Well met. Split edge! Let's focus our efforts!
Roger, yes, sir.
Understood! Let's keep us! We can definitely do this! Let's keep up the pressure!
You know I've done my job.
This is the Monado's power! All together now!
Pretty together too. I last one.
Killed myself. Definitely want to be killed.
How good a win! Backslash! Now! Use a chain attack and finish this! We got through that pretty good!
Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Serpent gauntlets and another queen frog. I bet these queen frogs would be worth a lot of money if when I decide to sell them. Serpent. Gauntlets. They're the same. They just have. Kind of like spike defense. What's this do? 30 HP every 2 seconds while an aura is active. Not much healing, but it does kind of have auras up all the time. Fight goes on for dangerous fights. Usually go on for.
We need full power, Ricky!
2-ish minutes. You can get up to a lot healing. Not much time for sure. But maybe? We'll see. I think I'm hurt to put it on, that's for sure.
Fighting easy monsters.
I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
The enemy's weak, but Don't drop your guard! I don't have time for small fry. I'm really feeling it. Stay calm. Stay focused. Final push. We've almost got them. It's over.
Victory to Ricky!
But we mustn't be careless.
The enemy's weak, but don't drop your guard. I don't have time for small fry. Almost there. That was too easy.
Let's press on.
Not bad! Not bad!
Fight you. Fight you. Green diodes. 5.
Split edge. Roger. All systems go.
Everybody, hero
We're the best. Let's press on.
Everyone do good!
I don't know what I'm supposed to be getting from these things.
But don't drop your guard.
I shouldn't have done that. I'm doing this. Try and recover.
Ricky like fighting easy monsters!
I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
The enemy's weak, but don't drop your guard.
Ricky can win by himself.
I don't have time for small fry. Lend us your power.
Stay calm. Stay focused.
Let's keep up the pressure. All right, I'm feeling it. Roger. All systems we got through that pretty good.
Ricky like fighting easy monsters!
I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
I think that's the Collectopedia. I'm actually gonna just do 100% of an area is usually a pretty big deal. Okay, that was pretty weak. My bad. Pretty big deal.
Let's focus our efforts.
Roger!
Stand back. Don't overdo it. Alright, I'm feeling it.
Ricky shows
Thank you,
secret
Daniel.
weapons. Ricky find item! Ricky secret!
Ricky!
Hero one, very cool!
Worldly!
Freaking love what you do so
How
silly.
good are we?
Victory is within our grasp!
Good job, everyone.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Everyone do good!
Ah! Ah!
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Plus 3. Yeah, I'll be giving that to Melia for sure.
Monado, lend us your power!
That was too easy.
Not bad! Not bad!
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. Do that. Okay, that works.
Come on, we can do it. We can definitely do this. Good job, everyone. We mustn't be careless.
Not bad! Not bad!
The enemy's weak, but don't drop your guard. I don't have time for small fry.
Ricky can win by himself.
Roll, things. Let's keep up the pressure. Stay focused. Come on, we can get everyone. Electric dust. We win.
Not bad! Not bad!
Let's press on.
The enemy's weak, but don't drop your guard. I don't have time for small fry.
Quest drop from these items. Monsters seems to be pretty. Robot thing seems to be fairly low. Fairly uncommon. Doing my best though.
I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
That's it, right? Yeah, what was I say? Decent amount of money. This is an interesting room.
That is a big ball of something.
He'd look fun and sparkle.
It's not attacking us, at least.
What's happening?
Hey, look at that!
Got gun hands.
Another defense mechanism.
At a guess, we're looking at the tomb's guard.
We're not getting past without a fight.
Everyone, Melia needs us. We can't let this thing stop us.
No problem. Time to break my record.
Breaking record. New war? I don't know what he's talking about. No idea what he's talking about. Rufus. Quit dancing around. Alright, easy enough. It's only
Anyone
like
would think we're
36.
not
We
wanted.
might be out leveling the
Are we ever
content.
gonna find
because I keep
her?
running around doing random shit.
I think you'll find we had to take the
That is
long
the
way
story.
because somebody pushed a certain button.
Somebody mean Rhine.
Shut it, hairball. It was just a button.
Relax. She will be fine. This route will lead us to the ritual altar. But time is of the essence.
They have to leave the
We've got to hurry.
electricity
There's no time
noises
to
so
lose.
loud in the background for this cutscene. It's not loud enough to overpower anything, it's just sounds weird. Oh. I genuinely thought a bridge would appear there. Damn it. Damn. Oh, did the item just it was there despawn? That's kind of lame. I swear there was a quest item there that I needed. Oh, there's the item. But I thought I had an exclamation point. It's fine. Technically a quest item, I just have to find the quest that goes with it if I want to turn it in. May or may not happen. A green thing here. Interesting room. Weirdly shaped.
I'm really feeling it. Okay, guys. I'm really feeling it. Don't get too
Ricky, find items.
Alright, I'm feeling it. Everyone, you never stood a chance. I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
Victory to Ricky!
Ah!
Monster! Excited!
We need full power, Ricky. We can definitely do this. Alright, time for a chain attack. To show our true power.
Everybody, hero
I'm really feeling it.
So close to excited.
We win! I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
Ricky like fighting easy, monster!
This is a quest completion. That's good. Got some money. Very smart. Not very good climbing technique.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Didn't get off his call for help. I could grab these items real quick. Take me any time. Probably not gonna do anything for me though at the end of the day. Okay. Was there a button command? I just didn't see it. Oh, there's a console here. Duh. Okay, so this is where Melia was before.
Filthy Homs half-breed has no right to the throne!
Melia, half Homs.
Ornius from SMT.
Olivia!
Never mind.
In the tomb! Why should you care when you're about to meet your death?
Wing.
I will not let the throne be sullied!
We can definitely do this!
Yeah. Change, I guess. Chant and pray. It helps if I stand close enough to actually attack an enemy. Here.
Take my power and eliminate them!
I will draw Monado, show me the way!
Your kind has no need of such power!
Ow. Really? Cool ability. Please. Should be better. Well, his fate changed because he died, so that's cool. Sure don't.
I fear I approach my limit.
Dance with me. Feel your state. I see it.
I'm dead. I get it. I don't have a chance.
Come on, Dunban, listen. Right. Put yourself together. Well met. We choose to. We can definitely do this. This is the Monado's power.
Oh. Needed shield there too, apparently.
All right, I'm feeling it.
Take my power and eliminate them.
We can definitely do this.
Your kind have no need of such power.
This is the Monado's power.
Did I get interrupted there? Okay, cool. Let me do it again.
I will not let the throne be sullied.
Thank you, Dunban. Let's focus our efforts.
Be gone from my sight.
Now we're moving.
I feel it too, This is not becoming of the myself.
It was weird how the music changed there briefly. Don't understand why that happened, but sure. Ow. Sunvan, I really need you to get aggro on this dude. Not killing me.
Take my power and eliminate them.
I'm dead.
Be gone from my sight.
Do not rush, I am ready,
Yeah, I'm not quitting yet.
Summon flare.
All right, time for a chain attack. Time to show off true power.
Witness my power.
Melia,
Things are going to plan.
don't overdo it.
Impulse.
I see it. We've almost got him. This is the Monado's power. Monado, save us from harm. Electric Gutbuster. Take this. Steel Slap. All right, I'm feeling it. World Beast. Light Heal. Dance with me.
Now I have no idea what to do. Oh.
You'll never be empress.
We can definitely do this. This is the Monado's power.
Work on you. Hurting me, whatever she's doing. Make some very loud, screechy screams. Oh, screechy. Oh, they're loud. Maybe they're just immune to the Monado. Maybe that's different. I don't think anyone else is immune bouncing off
Do it!
It's not over! Telethia! Kill as many of them as you can!
Keep clear! The Telethia is destroying itself!
Almost bought it.
Alvis, thank you.
My pleasure, Shulk.
Why did you come?
The Monado gave me a warning that you were in danger. I'm just glad we made it.
Hey, Shulk, whoever that was is gone.
So, they escaped.
Shulk, everyone, I thank you. You saved me.
Yeah, sure.
Ricky, Smiley, Smiley! Millie, all safe! All thanks to Hero Pawn!
That's not how I remember it, Cheeseball.
Aw.
And that concludes my report on events in the tomb.
So, there are forces working in the shadows.
However, this is purely circumstantial. Nothing can be proven.
Inquisitors of the Bionite Order. Dedicated and devoted to the Bionis.
Bionite Order.
The Order was dissolved
That's a
under the
name.
rule of the Emperor Lumion, 47th successor to the throne, due to its extreme practices.
Like puppet masters pulling the strings from the shadows. I believe their bloodline was lost to the ages.
Her Highness the First Consort is currently residing in the Tower of Investigation. The Ministry of Investigation's judgment should be imminent.
Well, that may not be enough. I myself must shine a light on the truth.
Agreed.
Mother,
Melia,
Your Majesty.
you have returned unharmed from the tomb. The forefathers have spoken.
But if it hadn't been for Shulk...
Callian has informed me of what happened. There is no reason to doubt your legitimacy to the throne.
Believe in yourself, Crown Princess.
Brother,
Tomorrow will be the investiture ceremony. At the appointed time, you will become my successor. Be proud.
I will.
Melia, my child, I am overjoyed at how far you have come. You are truly worthy of the throne. Continue the legacy of your High Entia and Hom's bloodline. You are the hope of Bionis.
Oh, Ricky and friends helped save Millie. Ricky very happy.
We're all relieved. But something's still bothering me.
What is it?
Why was Melia chosen as the crown princess? Shouldn't Callian have been the one to ascend? And her foe in the tomb clearly opposed that decision.
You have a point.
Callian is more than a worthy candidate. What reason could they have for choosing Melia? And why would Callian go along with this?
It's a mystery.
Our apologies. His Majesty the Emperor summons you.
Finally! He's gonna let us into Prison Island.
Yeah.
His Majesty awaits you in the audience chamber. He asks that you join him shortly.
Why did they randomly decide to make this? Man, they really just change your party to random people sometimes. Oh. I guess Melia left again, that's why. That makes some sense.
Yes?
Only Shulk. Shulk.
Shulk, forgive us for detaining you earlier. You and I are not of the same people. But this I must say. Thank you for helping Melia Antiqua, my daughter. It was no small feat.
Not at all. I too must apologize for meddling in your customs. We should not have interfered.
She is a lucky girl to have met such unselfish people. In the times to come, a ruler will need support from individuals like you. I hear you seek the Mechon.
Yes. The Mechon devastated our
We haven't
homes,
seen a Mechon in like
and
3
we lost many
chapters.
loved
Holy
ones.
crap.
Revenge is your goal?
It is.
You are honest.
I do not want to hide our true intentions. Our very existence is at stake.
Unwavering, too. Shulk, you are the master of the Monado. But there is something that must be said.
What is it?
Long before our forefathers built this empire, 2 titans, the Bionis and the Mechonis, fought a vicious battle. Is this known among Homs?
Yes. It is told to us as children. The 2 fought and died, killing many creatures in the process. Their remains became our worlds, bringing forth new life on Bionis. That's how we were made.
The Bionis shall awaken once again.
Alvis told me the same thing.
This is not just the vision of a seer. All of Macna knows. The Telethia are as old as the Bionis itself. And now, they disturb the ether. That disturbance can only lead to one thing.
But why is this happening now?
This is an inscription left by our forefathers. It is written,
Descendants of Antiqua, when the ether cries, the Bionis awakes.
Mistake not the signs, and heed the sword's return. Trap its power, and assure eternal prosperity. All life born on Bionis affects the ether. The Mekon's assault is just the beginning. And these events were set in motion when you used the sword against them.
We used it because we...
Because you needed to. Without it, you could not survive. I cannot dispute this fact. I believe the inscription speaks of these very events with the Mekon. But if their assault continues, if more lives are lost, soon the Bionis will awake. And not only the High-Entia, but all life will perish. Do you see, Shulk?
You're talking about total extinction.
Correct. Which is why the Mekon's invasion must be stopped.
Then you'll help us. Your Majesty, we need
No.
Imperial sanction to enter Prison Island. Will you permit us entry?
What will you do there?
I saw it in a vision. We will fight a faced Mekon. They must pay for what they did.
Then you will have seen him too. On Prison Island, our forefathers sealed something away, just as they did to the Monado. All records have been lost, and there is now no way to know what it was.
Is it connected to the awakening of the Bionis?
I do not know, but our forefathers must have had good reason. We must trust their decision. Shulk, allow me some time to deliberate. Above all else, I will consider the safety of Bionis. You are our Bionis brethren. We will not ignore your plight.
I understand. This is not our homeland. If you decide not to let us go, I will accept your decision.
I am sorry.
It's okay.
One more thing.
Yes?
I ask this not as Emperor Saurian Antiqua, but as a father. I do not demand that you act as Melia's protector, but I would be honored if you would be her friend. This is my humble request.
It would be my honor.
The Telethia are on the move.
Yes.
That fleshy fool will go for the Monado. What of the faces?
Repairs to metal are complete.
And Nemesis?
Nemesis is...
The Homs with the Monado. He has reached Erithsea.
Yes.
And there is only one place for them to go. Yet he will not dare unleash such power. No matter. Bugs must still be exterminated. It is time to test our new toy. Commence the assault on Bionis.
Alright, that's chapter 8. Moving on to chapter 9.
Can this be true?
It will happen soon.
I saw Melia. She was fighting a battle against a Mekon with a strange group of Homs.
Yes.
That sword, could it be the... Could it possibly... And that location, was it...
The vision is a sign. By your will, it can be changed.
For now, we must consider all things. Everything. The capital. And the lives of our people depend on it.
Wow! Take a look at that! A high-end air show!
Bird people fly higher than Nopon birds!
They've got some neat tricks. Shulk, I think that's Melia up there.
By the authority of our divine ancestors, I, Melia Antiqua, am honored to accept the responsibility of becoming your next benevolent ruler. Should I be deemed unworthy of this calling, or fail to protect the ancestors or the Bionis, I promise here and now to throw myself on the mercy of you, the people.
Sounds like a crowd of like 5 people.
Most majestic. That fragile girl in the forest is a distant memory.
But which one is the real Melia?
I ask this not as Emperor Saurian Antiqua, but as a father. I do not demand that you act as Melia's protector, but I would be honored if you would be her friend.
No, it's not like that. They're one and the same girl. I think.
I think.
And what did you see, Alvis?
Oh, it's you.
Don't play games.
No need to be angry. I only wanted to analyze the boy. Which was the point, no? I did not interfere with your ministerial affairs. In fact, you should be thanking me.
I wonder if he feels the same.
We have all the information we need. We know that such a Telethia cannot hurt them. You see? Nothing can befall him before he sees his dream fulfilled.
Okay, so we're basically hard locked fate-wise. Well, storyline.
Spanking new. Nothing like an ether change and a new paint job. We don't need her. Look at me. Look at me, goody two-shoes. Let's just see if you hold back the screams when his blade gets a taste of you. I love a warm welcome. Let's settle this machine to machine.
We getting invaded?
So they've got a new crown princess. 3 cheers for Melia.
Right, but we're still no closer to that murdering-faced Mekon.
Once we reach Prison
Or are
Island,
we?
we'll get our chance. I've seen us there. It must be true.
Shulk, man.
Shulk, man.
Maybe we can still persuade Bigwings. Melia's crown princess now. I reckon the Emperor might change his mind.
Maybe.
Rhine, the Emperor's request was clear. Give him time. There's more to this island than we know. Things are at play here that reach beyond our understanding.
Done right. Ricky and friends
Done.
visit Melly now.
Hey, the adults are talking, Pops.
Ricky want to see Melly. Ricky think Melly's sad too.
She might like the distraction. All those stiff ceremonial duties. You decide, Shulk.
Ricky say yes.
See how far I decide to go into chapter 9. For now, I'm feeling it a little bit, so keep going for a few minutes, for a little bit. If it gets to a point where there's a bunch of side quests in the open area and stuff, I'm definitely gonna call it. But if it's just story, I might actually be down. Do a little bit more, quite a bit more. Might.
You came to see me.
Ricky's friend, Millie! Oh, Millie, look amazing before. Oh, Ricky's so proud.
Really? It all happened so fast. What a stunning garden. The arrangements, the fountain. When the colony is up and running, can I steal some ideas?
Yeah, the colony that I'm supposed to be saving.
Late, Mother. But I thought your mum was...
Her Highness, the First Consort, is not my birth mother. Members of the Imperial family must take 2 wives. 1 Homs, 1 High Entia. My mother is the second consort. I am half Homs, half High Entia. Melia.
Millie live here?
Yes, Ricky. Since I was young. I cannot walk outside as you see me now, so this garden gives me much relief.
What's wrong with how you look? Who cares if you're half Homs? You'll always be you.
Their way of thinking differs from ours. Different ways, different morals.
So that's why you wear a mask in public?
Yes. Shulk, in less than an hour there will be a banquet in the palace. I would like you all to come.
Oh, Ricky's so hungry, he could even eat Smilly or Luca.
There'll be plenty to eat.
Finally, some decent grub. I haven't eaten anything since breakfast. What's on the menu? Any High Entia specials?
Do not embarrass me at this dinner.
Expectations lead to disappointment. We are talking about Rhine here.
What? That's the last time I sit next to you, then.
I have much to prepare. I will have someone call for you later.
We can't wait.
Is there something wrong?
No.
You are a funny one.
Oh no. Oh yeah. I forgot. I forgot he just fucking dies.
It can't be.
It can't be.
It's the Emperor.
Father.
Another vision.
Oh no.
Shulk, what did you see?
On that tower. On Prison Island.
What does the siren mean?
Mekon, they're coming.
Report!
Yes, sire. We received a report from our south station. Mekon are approaching.
Impossible!
Kellion, your sister's time has come.
Your Majesty.
Animation.
There is only one course of action left. We will not waver from our destinies.
Father!
Kellion, take charge of the capital's defenses. I will go to Prison Island.
Tell me, what happens to my father?
What do you think happens? Every time I see something, they
It follows
die.
my last vision.
Dies.
We're on Prison Island. Metalface and your father are...
Prison Island? Why would father go there?
He's going there.
No! I must
No.
go to the palace. I must stop him. I will go to the audience chamber.
Wait, Melia. We're coming too.
Alright, party. Toss him, grab her. Skill trees. Good shit, she started getting level ups. Arts. The heal's been really getting useful. I'm noticing. Pulse attack enemies. Pulse attack enemies from enemies. Pulse attacks enemies behind. If used with an aura, forces Dave. Just like Arts Lightning? Is that what this is? Doesn't sound useful at all. I mean, it's an AoE. I don't think he has any other AoEs, so I mean, but like, weird. I don't know. Slash maxed out because it's his main combo starter. Hell yeah. Lightning's her main damage dealer, so increases damage, discharge. Looks very. Her wind ability up. Want to be leveling that because that's her AoE. Okay, and Melia, we have this looks really good for you, and we have some ether ups we can hand you. A little bit stronger. Any blue shit up here I can steal. Looking around since it's a new area. We haven't done this in a while.
Greetings! First small test for so-called starters. Alrighty! Time to rumble, man!
The enemy's weak.
That's loud. Are these Mechon? Oh. Interesting.
Superb! Electric Gutbuster!
That was a Mechon face. I don't know about these things, but...
Your skill is captivating.
Leave this to me. Good job, everyone. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Let us hurry onwards.
The enemy's weak. But
Doesn't make sense if we're down here, now that I think about it.
Let's keep up the pressure. Thank you, Dunbar. Feel the flow of battle. Understood, Dunbar. Almost there.
Indeed. Is this the final one?
We can definitely do your days,
Everyone, prepare for it.
We win. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Let us remain vigilant.
The enemy's weak, but don't drop your guard. I don't have time for small fire.
I meant to sit in with that. Oh well.
Your reputation is deserved, Dunbar.
I'm feeling it. Good job, everyone. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Let us hurry onwards.
I wonder how she does with Mechon. Since she uses magic, I wonder if that just works better.
Superb! Here is little something.
Debonair, huh? Her beach outfit is just... That Debonair. Oh, is it? It's gotta be Rhine. Okay. Yep. Alright. Unlock it in the shop? Is that the problem? Ooh, I don't like the red. I think blue's best. Oh, she finally is able to change hats. She looks so much better now.
been waiting. What friends choose?
It says it's for Rhyme. Just go buy it like 3 times? Really don't see it. Thought it would be like... I'll be right back. Good story. I thought this would give me stuff that I could wear without having to actually, you know, wear it. Like, it wouldn't negatively impact my stats if I decided I wanted to look funny.
Brother! Where is father?
Melia.
The Imperial staff, it's... So Father has gone. Callian!
The Emperor has proceeded to the island alone, for the sake of the Empire.
Why did you let him go alone? Father!
His Majesty is fully aware.
Alvis.
Of what will happen to him, and what he must do before then.
You saw something?
I did, during our ancient divination ritual.
If he knows, then why?
Because he is the ruler of the Imperial family and all the High Entia. We must respect his decision above all else.
But that doesn't mean...
Trust him, Shulk. His fate was decided long ago.
No!
Shulk, we're going.
But Dunban...
Respect? Destiny? We don't need rules to tell us when to save the people we care for. You too, Melia. Don't give up on him. The Emperor, your father, is going to die.
Dunban!
There's only one thing to do. Are you with me?
Of course.
But you can't. We are Homs. Do what you must. But your laws don't concern us. My apologies, Dunban. No apologies needed. So, Melia, what's it to be?
We go to Prison Island.
Let's go.
I can't go on.
Well, some shit's about to happen between here and there, I guess. Grab this quest real quick. Maybe he wants green diodes. I have a lot of them. Apparently there is somebody that gives a quest for them.
Yes?
I needed 2 more green diodes and I'd be able to turn this in. Damn. Would have been sweet. not letting me walk out. Or port out, so. And how long till something really bad happens, I guess. Probably already happening in the field. I just have to get out to the... take the teleporter and then shit'll hit the fan.
This fly infestation is beginning to bug me.
Unmanned craft built by ancient High Entia. Is it too much to hope this is the last of them?
Ginormous things at 12 o'clock!
Ancient creatures that were sealed within Prison Island. They have us in their sights.
They must be our target's pets.
Perhaps.
Let's see how they like this. Die!
Prison Island is just ahead.
Do we need to use the transporter?
We do. But first we must unlock the seals.
Seals?
We need to unlock 2 seals to reach Prison Island. Then a door will appear before us, showing the way.
Got it. Move, everyone.
The seal on Catorians. A lot of seals. Are these the islands that I swam to earlier? No. Can't be, because if it were, then they'd be on the map.
Right, let's do this. Display no mercy.
Make it a swift victory. Steel slash. Electric flash. Whirlwind splash. There is no escape. Dance with me. All right, I'm feeling it. Steel slash. We're the best. I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
But we cannot be reckless. Summon wind. Summon flare.
We can definitely do this. Monado, lend us your power. Electric Duckbuster. Dream it. I'm really feeling it. Don't get careless. Dance with me. Come on, we can do it.
I feel the universe.
Yeah, done that. That was too easy.
I see your strength is the genuine article.
I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
The enemy's weak, but don't drop your guard.
I will use my all.
I don't have time for small fry. Electric Buster. We can definitely do this.
Now I see there is strength in unity.
Nice. Electric gun. Felt that, huh? Done that.
Let us moving summon
We got through that pretty good. Let's press on.
Let us hurry onwards.
Somewhere? I'm confused.
The enemy's weak, but don't drop your guard. I don't have time for more pride.
I will use my all, no matter the enemy.
I'm really feeling it.
Do not hesitate, Warrior.
You never stood a chance. Not bad. Not bad at all.
I see your strength is the genuine article.
Split edge! Steel slash! Backslash! Electric gunbuster! Steel slash! You never stood a chance. Let's press on.
Let us hurry onwards.
The enemy's weak, but don't drop your guard.
I will use my all, no matter the enemy.
I don't have time for small fry. All right, time for a chain attack.
I am prepared.
Worldly. We win.
But we cannot be reckless.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
I guess there's just these tiny islands like this that I never noticed were there. So I have to swim forever. This really is the beach episode. I feel like there has to be a better way to get here. But I really don't see it. Well, there has to be a better way to get here, because I can't get here from here, so. This ain't it, fam. We're going this way, I guess. Oh, I see something, or I remember something.
Right, let's do this.
Display no mercy.
Make it a swift victory. Electric gun
teleporter that's over here was blocked off earlier.
Easy. We got through that pretty good.
I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
But we cannot be reckless.
Yeah, that was better.
There's no end to them.
Why is he... What if we pull that's doing so much damage? It's just a lot of... Is it just a lot of lizards? Is that the answer? I didn't even see the flying thing. Is flying thing the actual, like, boss enemy? Let's see. Whenever they give you a quest for an extra boss in this game, it always seems like it's just surrounded by a million minions. Or like 3 or 4. Not a million, but 3 or 4 minions, and it's really brutal. But that's not the guy that I have to fight. He's just really annoying and flying around all over the place over here. That was a quest monster anyway.
Let us remain vigilant.
Healing, dude. This dude all over by himself? Okay, by himself this time. Right? Can't complain if I lose.
Don't overdo it. Dance with me. The time is now. All together now.
Sunbane, you've been dazed for a long time, buddy. Fuck damage, aren't they? Awful. Well, I've been pulled aggro right when I finished my dodge thing. Doesn't matter, we got him. What a console attack. I always forget about that.
Excellent, Shulk.
You never stood a chance.
Let us remain vigilant.
I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
Serpent legs and lattice. It's definitely not the first pair of serpent leggings we see. Lattice boots.
Use a chain attack and finish this. Roger. All systems go. Almost there. Electric slash. Steel strike. We're the best. Let's press on.
I see your strength is the genuine article.
The enemy's weak, but don't drop your guard.
I'm not so confident.
How's this?
Could have hit both of them. Mistake.
We're the best.
Let us hurry onward.
Let's press on. The enemy's weak, but don't drop your guard. I don't have time for small fry.
I will give it my all, no matter the enemy.
Steel strike! This is the last one. Worldly! We can definitely do this!
Agreed. Begin.
Dance with me!
Copy.
Two done that! Leave this to me!
I feel an ether.
There is no escape!
Building within me.
Backlash! Lilia! Impressive! Melia! I knew you could do it! We're the best! Let's press on!
I see your strength is the genuine article. Summon.
Let's focus our efforts! Roger!
Understood.
Electric Gutbuster!
Prepare for a chain attack.
You'll be gone before you know what's in you.
Impulse. Ether. Run through me.
Let's keep up the pressure! We can definitely do this!
Summon.
Almost there!
Indeed.
It's over. I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
But we cannot be reckless.
You get defender, huh? I mean, there's that there, but I don't think that's it. It's that, obviously. Maybe that's down lower. Central Seal Island, which kind of implies that we went the right way. Plus, it's a landmark. So that's nice.
Your reputation is deserved, Dunlap.
That was too easy. I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
Let us hurry onwards.
I think there's no Mechon enemies like around here. I thought they were like invading or something. Maybe I missed something in one of the cutscenes that explains what's going on better. I thought they were like here invading.
Leave this to me. Let's keep up the pressure. Victory is within our grip. Electric gun.
Helping each other is our greatest strength.
Yeah, and we're stronger than anyone else. Okay, just one more lap. All right, I'm feeling it. Prepare for a chain attack. Roger. All systems go. Electric, come on. We can do it.
Indeed.
We can definitely do this. You never stood a chance. Let's press on.
I see your strength is the genuine article.
Oh, my goodness. You're a big unhappy boy.
This is the Monado's power! You're not invincible! Monado, enchant! This isn't going well.
Everyone's dead. Start the fight. Ow.
There's no end to them. Dance with me! Here we go! Don't overdo it! We're counting on you! Leave it to me! Electric gut bust, Million!
Leave it to me.
Bravo. Oh, bravo.
Perfect! You can definitely do this! This is the Monado's power! No escape! Monado, show me the way!
Why?
This isn't going well.
We have another enemy here. Every time, dude. You never just fight the boss. pain and suffering.
Stay calm. Monado, stay focused. Save us from harm.
Enough, it's another dude. He might have come with the Orluga though.
All together now. You call Soul. Melia, don't give up.
Sorry, summon.
All right, I'm feeling it.
Please die already. Or not what we're fighting. Turn speed.
Going well.
It's now important.
I'm feeling it. Feel flash. We can definitely do this.
We definitely cannot do this. That is a lie.
Sorry.
And you know.
Sorry.
Ha! Thanks, game. Can I throw it up there this high? Has to respawn everything too. Like, yeah. Good. We can get around those. Probably get. And there's the boss enemy hole.
Let us keep up this flow.
I think we're better this year than we were. Yeah, well, you know, that'll fuck anything up if the healer just gets aggroed and killed immediately because Tank decided not to do anything.
Don't give up.
Sorry to bother.
He's on me now. Help me, man. Why me?
Sorry. We can rest later. Right. Stay focused. Hold with me. Shadow Eye.
Stay focused.
I'm all right, thank you. All right. I'm feeling it. Now we're putting together. Focus on this moment, Soul. Backslash. Time is now. This is the Monado's power! Done back! Awesome! Leave this to me! Roll, please! Use a chain attack and finish this!
I shall focus all my super energy.
Fight, get behind him there. Well, it's light heal, but man, that shit heals like the entire health bar of whoever I target with it. Hit him with whatever he got.
My turn.
Not the best combo move we've ever done, but status armor.
Stay focused. There is no escape. We move at the same pace. Yeah, done back. I can definitely do this.
Building within me.
Electric Gutbuster. Everyone, feel the flow of battle.
I feel it, Dumban.
We're the best. Let's press on.
Let us hurry onwards.
He should be. It's medium armor for her. I could probably get her medium armor, in all honesty. I don't know if it'll do me any good, but emphasis on probably. Actually, do you have anything besides that to give her? Because it's pretty bad, actually. Monado back on again soon, so that might be a good idea.
We can't lose! Make it a swift victory!
I expect nothing short of our very best.
Electric Gutbuster! Ha! Backslash! Worldly! We win! I can see this isn't pushing you at all. We can't lose!
Let no mercy!
Don't hold back! Monado, lend us your power! Electric Gutbuster!
Let us move in for the kill.
Okay, let's finish this! Worldly! Just one more lap! There is no escape! Die with me! Tail slash! We've almost got him! Electric Gutbuster! It's over, but we mustn't be careless.
I see your strength is the genuine article.
Everyone, let's go!
I expect nothing short of our very best.
Don't hold back! Now's perfect for a chain attack!
I am prepared.
Let's keep up! This is the Monado's power!
Indeed.
Come on! We can do it! No escape! Dance with me! Shadow Eye! Let's focus our efforts! Understood?
Very well. This is
Too easy! Superb! Electric Gutbuster! Backslash! You're awesome!
through me.
Steel strike! Yeah! It's over!
But we cannot be reckless.
I can see this isn't
Force
pushing you at
stab.
all.
I mean, her auto attack damage shouldn't even matter, right? But I mean, I literally have the exact same item. But better, so already equipped.
Alright, I'm feeling it! Thank you, Dunbar. Electric Gutbuster! Yeah! Now it's perfect for a chain attack!
I am prepared.
We can definitely do this! There is no escape! Steel strike!
Oh, there's such a little dudes here. I didn't notice them at all.
Monado, lend us your power! How's this? Electric Gutbuster! Light heal! Shadow Eye!
Keep up this flow.
Let's focus our efforts. Roger.
Understood.
Dance with me.
Flowing through me.
Not good enough.
Shoot.
Everyone, let's go. All right, I'm feeling it. Let's keep up the pressure. We can definitely do this. Monado, lend us your power. How's this? Final push. This is the last one. We got through that pretty good. Not bad. Not bad at all.
I see your strength is the genuine article.
Wild. So that's another unique staff for her, but yeah, I was gonna say I doubt it's gonna be anything useful. What? Why?
I'm feeling it. Prepare for a change. Let's focus our efforts. Understood.
Understood.
Attack. Worldly smash. Backslash. Dance with me.
Through me.
Slash.
Shoot.
No mistake. Inspiration. Everyone, let's go.
Summon bolt.
Electric dust. How good are we? Yeah. Time to show off our light. Backslash. That was too easy. Not bad. Not bad at all.
But we cannot be reckless.
That's complete. Alright, all that for one. Gotta go hit the other one. Jeez. That was rough. Hey,
The enemy's weak.
this is a
But don't drop your guard.
that's complete right here.
My all. No matter what.
Let's final push.
Let us keep up this flow. Is this the final one?
Never mind.
Let's keep up the pressure.
I'm guessing there's gonna be more lizard people in the next album.
Too easy.
Let us
Maybe
remain
then.
vigilant.
But we mustn't be careless.
Are you doing any better with this? Better, but not quite there. 3 more things. 3 more. Flying lizard. Oh, not gonna lie. Subterranean Zomar. I go around him, or is he just shall not pass this bridge? The lizard. Trying to make sure he doesn't fly over here. If he flies over during the fight, then I'm literally fucked. This is the fight, I guess. Oh, no. Should have known better. Glad that I knew better enough to stop for as long as I did, so I wouldn't actually pull the fight. I would have been.
Thank you, Dundar. What in the world of strike? Against the Time for a chain attack.
I am prepared.
Electric Gunbuster. We're the best.
See your strength is the genuine article.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Summon wind.
Let's focus our efforts. Understood.
Very well.
Gale Flash. Stream in. You'll be gone before you know what hit. We can definitely do this. This is the Monado's power.
Summon Wing.
Just useless. Done back. Leave this to me. Take this. Okay. Just one more lap. All right. I'm feeling it. Hang in there.
Feeling it.
Don't overdo it. We can definitely do this. Done back. Leave this to me. Split edge. Monado, lend us your power.
Rotating around very annoyingly. This song is so good.
Here we go.
Should have gotten behind him first. Oh well, do this.
We're counting on you. Against the odds, we choose to fight. Blossom dance.
Leave it to me. Now, healing aqua. Bravo. Oh, bravo.
We did it. Monado, lend us your power.
Probably a mistake. I should have given him the. Oh no. Okay, that scared me a lot more than it battered, I guess. These leggings and serpent.
I'm looking forward to the results.
Done back. Just like that. Leave this to me. Good job, everyone. But we mustn't be careless.
I see your strength is the genuine article.
This is the Monado power. Electric Backslash. Now, use the chain attack and finish this.
I am prepared. Do not fret, I am with you.
There is no escape. All right, I'm feeling it.
The controller's doing that thing again. Is it?
We can definitely do this.
Let us move in for the kill.
Let's keep up the pressure.
It isn't letting me switch targets for some reason.
Okay, just one more left.
Your reputation is deserved, Dunlap.
Electric Duckbuster.
Then let us finish this right now.
Roll, please. Electric Duckbuster. We're the best. Let's press on.
Let us hurry onwards.
Right, let's do this. Make it a swift victory.
I expect nothing short of our very best.
Electric Duckbuster time has come. Prepare for a chain attack.
I shall focus all my ether energy.
Take this. You never stood a chance.
But we cannot be reckless.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Marvel.
We can't lose!
I expect nothing short of our very best.
Make it a swift victory! Steel flash! Electric dust! Sounds perfect for a chain attack!
All my ether energy.
Pesky thing! Come on, we can do it!
Let us keep up this flow.
Dance with me!
Ellie, it'd be great if you taught me how to use ether.
So that's how it is. Given up the sword already?
No, that's not it at all.
I'm speechless.
But we mustn't be careless.
Exchange is so that exchange after battle sometimes is so weird. We must not be reckless, but we mustn't be careless. You mean the same thing. Stop it. The rain has to stop. Alright, we do this now.
Mechon! And something we've never seen before.
Big fish coming!
That is a big fish. Dive. Missed the back strike. Nice. Just keeps rotating. What the hell? Well,
My turn. Now, Healing ether is flowing through me. Bravo.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
bravo.
heal up.
We did it!
Hopefully she keeps healing.
I'm really feeling it.
Gotta stay up for sure.
We can definitely do this! This is Monado's power! Superb!
As soon as I decided to give in and just use enchant,
Can anyone explain what this thing is?
I believe it is one of
that's
the
when
oldest
it
creatures on Bionis.
unleashed its super attack.
I have only seen them as fossils, discovered around the capital. To find that they were trapped on Prison Island.
Was it protecting the island?
That would imply it's sentient. I believe it's responding to something primitive.
Primitive?
It doesn't care who or what we are. Its instinct was to defend against anything, but we'll never really know.
We're losing time here. We still haven't reached the island.
Ricky, go to island!
Our forces can only take so much. The capital's defenses are sure to fall. Forefathers, grant me your wisdom. Iluna mel rukan taxis. Suko aruke kapihine hato. It can't be.
From his vision.
A giant. So this is what was sealed away.
How long has it been, Emperor?
This is our first encounter.
It is not you that I speak to, but your blood. The blood that shackled me.
I see. Then I assume I do not need to tell you the reason I am here.
There is no need. I already know why you have come. Use it. That is the reason I am here, after all.
How did they?
That light, it's... Father.
Bad feeling about Albus. Long this area is gonna be. I really want to know what happens next and keep going and stuff, but I'm curious as to how long the area is. damage.
Alright, I'm feeling it, please. Light heal! There is no escape! We can definitely do this! Thank you, Dunbar! Leave this to me! Backslash! Feel the flow of battle!
Let us remain vigilant.
Let's press on.
Handle armor. Heavy, because heavy, that's rough. Medium, way better. Unban some HP. He's definitely starting to notice him taking some damage. That'll help preserve him through some big hits. Just pull like 3 of them all at once, because if so, that's kind of yeah.
I'm feeling it. Let's focus our efforts. Roger. Take that. Like that. Done back. Awesome. Leave this to me. Let's focus our efforts. Understood.
Understood. Summon wind.
Monado, lend us your power. Monado, rule, please. Faster.
Summon flare.
Stay focused. I'm with that man. Thanks.
Razor wind. Almost there. Summon force.
You're awesome. Electric dash. All right. I'm feeling it. Light heal. We can definitely do this. This isn't going well. Let's focus our efforts. Roger.
Understood.
There is no mistake. I will draw strength from your words. Stay strong.
Kill yourself. That's. She just sit there and attack this thing until she died. Unreal. She actually just sat there and attacked it until she died. I told the party to focus on my target. She just killed herself. She chose death. Instant death? That's scary. Damn, nature, you scary.
Whoa! Big door. Whatever needed this door was massive.
Wow. Alright, Ryan.
Dino Beast!
Dino Beast.
It's just a statue. Don't freak us out like that, Ricky.
Is this a person? I can't make it out.
This may very well be the appearance of my forefathers. The legends tell that they differed greatly to how we look now.
And this is what they looked like.
Wait a minute. I've seen this thing somewhere before.
Oh, Dino Beast, Dino Beast!
You might be right. It reminds me of the Telethia as well.
Did your ancestors build this island?
No. The stories tell of this place existing long before my people. No one knows for sure, but we think our forefathers are the ones who sealed it.
I wonder what's hidden inside. Well, we'll know soon enough, I suppose.
There. An engraving by the forefathers. I've seen this engraving around the capital. Many researchers have tried and failed to discover its meaning.
Hey, Shulk. That symbol.
Yeah. It's similar to the Monado symbols. There must be a connection.
Connection?
The sealed door of Prison Island. It is said only a true successor to the throne can open it.
Then the Emperor must be inside.
I believe so. Forefathers! I, your descendant, Melia Antiqua, stand before you. For the sake of our world, release the seal! Just like at the tomb.
What's it doing?
Aren't we going to help?
Please, do not worry. It is necessary.
Son of a bus.
Heir to the Monado. Let the shackles be released!
What is it, Shulk? Get a move on. You saw it, right? Us bashing that Tin Man's head in?
Hold on a second.
Ah, here we go. I knew you'd start overthinking.
There's not much time, Shulk. We've got to go now.
Sharla's right. We'll miss our chance to take that murdering Mechon down. And save Melia's father, too.
Okay.
I get a bad feeling about Albus. Also, whatever the dark cloud in front of me is that?
We must be outside the tower.
Are we here?
This is it. This is the place I saw.
Melia.
Father! Father? Who is this?
Welcome, true heir to the Monado.
Huh? Who are you? Check that guy out.
Is this...
He's one of the giants, said to have become extinct eons ago. This is what our forefathers locked away.
I am Zanza, and I have waited centuries for you.
You waited for him? But I thought our forefathers imprisoned you here.
I forged the Monado. It is molded from me. All who wield the sword are made known to me.
You made the Monado?
Yes. I made it millennia ago to oppose Mechonis.
But why are you imprisoned?
The Monado controls the principle upon which life is based, the source of your existence, ether. Master the principle of life, and all things will bow to you. Your power would be infinite. As you now know, the sword gives the wielder the power of foresight. And I myself once used that sword against the Mechonis and defeated it.
You're telling us you beat the Mechonis with that tiny thing?
Its appearance is merely an illusion. Its form morphs to conform to the will of its master. The power comes from within. But its power was feared by some. That is why the High Entia imprisoned me here long ago.
That can't be true. Our forefathers would have had better reason.
You are what you are. Do you not believe your own eyes? Open your mind, new ruler of the High Entia. The Monado is the blade of the Bionis, the only force that can oppose the Mechonis. As the wielder grows, so too does his ability to control all things. Yet there is still power trapped in the sword. The Monado is in shackles.
Shackles?
It is suppressed.
You mean...
Yes, it was this constraint that gave rise to faced Mechon. Mechon which cannot be destroyed by the Monado.
Oh, it can't hit people. And because of that, the Mechon have found a way to, like, infuse human souls into it. That's why they have faces.
This is beginning to wear thin.
Okay. Area seemed a lot bigger than, like, just like, oh yeah, we're here, we're at the end of the area. Feels like walked by a whole bunch of crap. There might be a bunch of sentient here afterwards.
Can't have that. This is gonna be good. Try and stop my new toy. Catch this, Zanza.
Oh? Yeah?
These shackles, they must be the reason the Monado can't hurt people as well. Does that have something to do with the faced Mechon?
Oh, that's why Schultz can't hit the. Why I was like frustrated because Schultz can't hit the Entia when I was fighting them because he can't hit people. Duh. I was like thinking it looks like it's just Schultz. I forgot that was actually part of the plot. Nothing but a
Don't
god
do
can
it,
stand in
Shulk.
your way.
But Melia, why?
Something's not right. The forefathers must have had good reason to seal him.
I need that power. I thought you of all people would understand.
I do, but it's just...
Hold on a minute. He only said he'd release this new power. Sounds like a good idea to me.
But...
Melia, please understand. I must do what I set out to. The
Entia
Mechon
are
must
scared
pay.
of change. I need to be. I trust this weird old man and locked in prison for thousands of years. And is also gigantic for some reason. Ignore her, Shulk. You have to do this for your previous wife. For your previous wife who
Young
screw the new one.
I will
We'll
not
get caught up in
force
that
you.
seasonal BS.
I ask for nothing in return.
Huh?
It is your choice.
I will.
Heir to the Monado. Your will shall be done. Let the shackles be released.
This party's over!
Dies immediately.
It's him! Metal Face!
Sorry we're late to the party. What do you think of our leader's gift?
How did you know we'd be here?
What's that? The poor insects are a little confused. We're here for the old fool. If he's dead, he can't power up the Monado. You being here's just an added bonus. Huh?
A silver-faced Mechon!
Zanza? Respond, Zanza. I know you can hear me.
I sense thought waves.
Zanza, how many more will you sacrifice?
Who are you to talk to me? How dare you? You know nothing.
I am here to talk, Zanza.
Mechon! You will pay for what you've done!
Please wait. I mean you no harm.
Give us back Fiora! Give her back!
I told you to stay out of the way, boy!
Shulk!
Weak and pathetic.
Dunban!
Stupid bug.
Melia!
Look at you, worthless without the Monado. Isn't that right, Dunban?
What or who are you? How do you know me?
Let's see if this jogs your
It's that guy. It's the yeah. He even has the same voice actor for fuck's sake.
He moves like. But that's impossible.
Forgot about. Man, I didn't think they'd pull that one. I know that was like very apparent, but I didn't think they would. The other dude from the beginning of the game.
Who dares?
Stop at once, Mechon!
Emperor!
Father!
Are you hurt, Melia?
No. Father.
You're gonna pay for that. You bag of bones!
Melia!
Looks like he's had his wings clipped. Did you really expect to beat me?
Emperor. I failed you.
Heir to the Monado.
Huh? Sansa, you're alive. Give me the power I need.
I am now a mere shell. The power is already yours.
What?
The shackles have been broken. Wield the sword. It bends to your will. Think of your enemy, and the power to defeat them is yours.
Moan was a little unnecessary.
Sansa. Mechon. It's not over. The people of Bionis will never let you triumph.
Power of that now.
It's changing form.
Oh, longsword form.
We cannot withstand such power.
Shulk!
Monado's shackles have been released. The Monado can now inflict damage on Mecha in phase 2. Monado arts can also be leveled up. Does it permanently look cooler now? No. Answer is no. That didn't hurt that bad. You have to try better than that. Oh, we're dazed though. That's pretty good. Please. Guys, wake up.
I apologize.
That. I should have done. I'm behind him. Man, I always forget to do that. did this. Nice.
We choose to fight. Dance.
Tell me what you did to Monado.
You will know the pain and suffering you caused the Emperor and Fiora!
Desist!
What? Look at him! The Monado was changed!
Good. Now you feel it. Swing the blade to your heart's content.
Wait. Is this what you truly desire, Zanza?
I see now. It is as I suspected. You exist outside the pre-established harmony.
Fiora. As expected.
Hans? No way! Fiora! Fiora! You're still alive!
Zanza, you have not changed at all. That is clear. But still, I cannot...
Do as you please.
Fiora! Wait!
My mission is complete. Returning to base.
You were lucky this time, dumb man. But next time, I'll slice you in two.
Fiora! It's me! Shulk! Fiora!
Alright, this sequence is pretty sick. I love this game. I really like this game. It's pretty cool.
We were too late. Again. I saw it.
I
knew it would happen.
Shulk.
Why? Why did this have to happen?
Father.
Melia, the hope of our people. You must not cry.
Don't say that. I don't care how improper it is. Let me cry.
Melia.
Why does it have to be me? If all it takes is to be half Homs.
Is that what you think? You are very much mistaken.
But...
To become the hope of the High Entia is a fate that you choose for yourself. As long as you remember this, it is certain that you will be worthy of that name. But remember this also. It is not because you are the hope of the High Entia that I love you. It is because I love you. But I wish for you to become that hope. Heir to the Monado, I leave the sword in your hands. The sword that my forefathers sealed away. With it, you can succeed.
Your Majesty.
Melia, cry for as long as you must. But when your tears are dry...
Father, no!
Melia, come with me.
Shulk,
You'll have plenty of time to think about your empire and your people's hopes. If you need me, I will be at your side. But you are an individual. You are Melia Antiqua. And you can't let them get away with this.
You're right. My foremost concern is making them pay.
Well played indeed.
Elvis.
Zanza.
I do what is necessary for the world.
I could very easily have stood in for you.
Your sentiment is appreciated. I see a storm on the horizon.
All right. That is the stream for the night. That was chapter 9. And 8, for that matter. Break from power going out. 24 hours in. It's not too bad. Pretty far in the game. Really liking it still. As for the next couple days, let's see. Tomorrow, I was probably going to play more of this, but I ended up playing this for 8 hours. And then about something like that. It's probably more like high 6 hours, but it felt like a lot. So because of that, I might not stream this tomorrow. It might be, but I'll stream this again during the week sometime. Tomorrow I might start a new game. I'm thinking about a couple things, so I might start a new game tomorrow and try to do something a little bit shorter so I can do not streaming things for a good chunk of the day. Well, thanks for watching if you watched. And like the content, follow, all that jazz, please. Helps me out. And hope all of you have a good night or a good day or whatever. So, thank you.